The future of healthcare? Maybe, but also maybe not. Welcome to our SWOT analysis of an online doctor consultation app, which, let's be honest, sounds like the beginning of a dystopian nightmare where all medical advice comes from an app that also tells you what wine pairs best with your sadness. But hey, maybe it's not all bad. Let's dive into the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats of this innovative healthcare solution. Because in a world where even going to the post office feels like a 6-month expedition, maybe talking to a doctor through a screen is fine. All right, let's start with the good news, because as you know, we love to bury the lead on this show. First up, online doctor consultations offer incredible 24/7 access. That's right, no more taking time off work for a doctor's appointment that could have been an email. Need a prescription refill at 3 in the morning? Done. Worried about that weird rash you got from... Actually, you know what? Let's not dwell. The point is, these apps are there for you at your most desperate, sleep-deprived moments. And speaking of desperate, let's talk affordability. We all know the American healthcare system can be more terrifying than a clown convention in a hurricane. But online consultations can offer a more cost-effective alternative to traditional visits. Think of it as the 2-day shipping of healthcare, convenient and surprisingly affordable. But wait, there's more. These apps often provide a broader range of services than your average doctor's office. Need a therapist but don't want to leave your couch? Boom! Online therapy. Suspect your rash might be contagious? Okay, I said we wouldn't dwell, but this is important. These apps can often connect you with specialists faster than trying to navigate the labyrinthine bureaucracy of traditional healthcare. And underpinning all of this is the magic of technology, specifically a secure tech platform designed to protect your sensitive medical information. Because the last thing you need is for your embarrassing rash photos to end up on the dark web. Okay, now for the reality check. Remember that dystopian nightmare we talked about? Well, it's not all sunshine and roses in digital doctorland. First off, there's the glaring issue of physical exams. It turns out diagnosing a patient through a screen is about as effective as trying to perform open-heart surgery with a spork. Sure, they can offer advice and basic diagnoses, but for anything serious, you're going to need a real-life flesh-and-blood doctor. And then there's the digital divide. While we'd love to believe everyone has access to the internet and the technological prowess to navigate these apps, the reality is far less optimistic. Not everyone has a smartphone, and even fewer have a decent data plan. So while we're busy celebrating the convenience of digital healthcare, let's not forget about those who are still waiting for their rotary phones to connect. And speaking of roadblocks, let's not forget about the regulatory hurdles these apps have to clear. Navigating the complex web of healthcare regulations is like trying to explain the internet to your grandparents. It's confusing, frustrating, and frankly, nobody has the time for it. Chapter 3, Opportunities, a Brighter Future. We hope. Okay, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about the future, because frankly, the present is looking a little bleak. The good news is the telehealth market is booming like something that booms really impressively. More and more people are embracing the convenience of online consultations, which means there's huge potential for growth. And with growth comes profit. Okay, that's cynical, but also true. But beyond the bottom line, there's a genuine opportunity here to improve healthcare access for underserved communities. Imagine a world where people in remote areas or those with mobility issues could access quality healthcare without having to travel for hours on end. That's the promise of telehealth, and it's a promise worth fighting for. And then there's the whole world of AI integration. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, please, not another AI takeover rant, but hear me out. AI has the potential to revolutionize telehealth by automating tasks, analyzing data, and even assisting with diagnoses. Think of it as having a team of robot doctors working tirelessly behind the scenes, which, let's be honest, is slightly less terrifying than it sounds. Chapter 4, Threats, the impending doom of the healthcare industrial complex. Okay, time for a dose of reality, because this is a SWOT analysis, not a unicorn farm. The telehealth market is about to get a whole lot more crowded, and with competition comes, well, you know the drill. Companies will be fighting tooth and nail for market share, which could lead to a decline in quality and a rise in, well, you get the picture. And then there's the ever-present threat of regulatory changes. Remember that whole bureaucratic labyrinth we talked about? Yeah, that thing is a moving target. One minute you're compliant, the next minute you're one misplaced comma away from a hefty fine. And, of course, we can't forget about cybersecurity concerns. With all this sensitive medical information floating around in the digital ether, it's only a matter of time before some nefarious hacker decides to hold it hostage. Let's just hope they have a good healthcare plan. Outro, the future of healthcare. A big question mark. So there you have it, our slightly cynical, slightly optimistic, but always informative look at the world of online doctor consultation apps. Look, we're not saying these apps are the be-all and end-all of healthcare, but they do offer a glimpse into a future where convenience and technology collide. Will they solve all our healthcare woes? Probably not. Will they lead to a robot uprising where algorithms diagnose our every sniffle? Let's hope not, but one thing's for sure, the world of telehealth is here to stay, and it's only going to get more complex, more confusing, and more interesting. Stay tuned for more insights into the evolving world of telehealth. Thanks for watching.